It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Dog's Window Brewery, and it's a bottle of their Off the Leash Belgian Dark Ale, coming in at 8.5% ABV in this giant 750ml bottle. We've got a silver bottle cap. Without further ado, let's get this beer out into a glass and see what we get. A little bit of smoke on the bottle opening. I've had this beer on my back wall of the house. It's February, so it's a really decent temperature. We got a 2-finger tan coloured head. A little bit of light bleeding through in the corner of the glass there. I would say it's a really deep, almost black mahogany coloured beer. Do you know when you... I only say that because I bought really dark mahogany paint for my floorboards, and it was like jet black until you painted it on, and when it dried back like a dark brown. That's exactly how I look at this beer and I imagine this beer. Nice carbonation, chasing the head up the glass. It's a very controlled beer, nice 1-finger head. It was probably a 2-3 finger head while we were just talking. It's quite hazy. Let's get the aroma. Yeah, this brewery's got it in droves. This brewery has just got the quality of their beer. Honestly, gives you a little kind of, the hairs rise up on the back of your neck just by just with the sheer quality of the beer. And I'm not just saying that because I know the bloke. He's a lovely bloke, Lee. He lives down the road in Bridgend, about 9 miles away. We talk quite a lot. He brings beer to the house. In fact, he brought this beer to the house. I'm not just saying that because he's a decent bloke and I'm holding his beer. I'm saying that because the beer is always top quality. And it's just himself. It's just himself. He brews, he bottles, he labels, he designs. It's all a one-man band. Him and his dog, who looks out the window. Let's dive in. Incredible. What I first get, as soon as I was kind of putting the beer to my mouth and I was taking the first sip, I was inhaling. I always kind of breathe in while I'm drinking the beer just to get the maximum experience, if you like. And I was getting this almost this ever so small touch of kind of balsamic vinegar mixed with apple, mixed with spiciness, mixed with, like, do you know them bags that you dunk in? You buy different wines and you buy the herb bags, and it's got raisins and all sorts of stuff in, and you put these, like, it's all like dried fruits in a bag, and you dump it in your drink. I can't quite remember what it is, but it's got a kind of a vision of that in the beer. It comes through. Not that they've done that. They've used Belgian yeast and they've used malts, Belgian malts probably, and hops to recreate that flavour. But boy, it's got some fantastic flavours coming out of this beer. It's plummy. It's figgy, it's pruny, lots of dark fruits coming through. Drinkability is very good. Carbonation pushes the beer on the inside of the mouth. It's got a nice mouthfeel. It's not drinking like a stout, it's not drinking like a porter. It's drinking like a dark ale, like it's supposed to. I'm not saying it's thin, but I'm saying it's got the perfect mouthfeel for the beer style that it's been brewed to be. So it's not like chucking back a lager, refreshing, but it's also not like chucking back a massive thick gloopy stout either. Little bit of sweetness, goes over to a nice little bit of bitterness on the back end. It's nicely balanced. But yeah, it's all about, for me, the middle. The raisins, the plums, the prunes, the spiciness, the pepperiness of the beer. The slight funkiness from the Belgian yeast. It's a cracker. It's a real cracker of a beer. And I'm so pleased. I'm so pleased I got a 750ml bottle of it. I'm reviewing this on a Friday night. So in the UK right now, you might be watching this back in the morning, the afternoon, or the night. But right now, in this moment, I'm reviewing this at 8:05 on a Friday night at the end of February. And it might be posted in a month or two's time, knowing me, the amount of backlog beer reviews we got. But what I'm saying is that it's Friday. I'm happy. I got a great beer in my hands. I'm gonna go and sit and watch telly now in a moment with a big bag of Doritos and enjoy this wonderful beer. You can see as you rock it back and forth, you can see the quality in the beer. I've got high hopes for this brewery. I think this brewery, if they want to, it's all down to if they want to or not, because I know Lee, I'm sure he won't mind me saying this, his passion is two things. He does photography and he brews beer. So it depends on which passion kind of wins over, but if it does turn out that the passion is for beer and he goes full time with the beer, I can only see great things. I can only see great things coming from this brewery in the future. Just imagine this guy's doing all of this on his own. Just imagine if he builds the brewery up to enough to employ a couple of people and him be the brains behind the kind of the machine, just not sitting back, but putting his feet up a little bit, but putting his brain into the operation, because that's the most important thing with beers like this, is sitting down and working out before. You need to work out beforehand what you want the beer to taste like, and then you go and purchase the malt, then you go and purchase the yeast, then you go and purchase the hops, and then in your mind, you know, you put all of this together in a certain way and it creates this glass of beer. Great stuff. I'm gonna rate it. I love that. I love that. Oh, I tell you, if there's ever a spare bottle knocking around, I reckon you could age that for 12 months, 2 years, and it would just get better and better. You really could. You could age something like this for a long time. Rating. Very quickly before I rate it. Based on a traditional Abbey style recipe, this beer is a deep malty sweetness and subtle noble hop character from Hallertau hops. Doug's Brewery, we create high quality handcrafted beers with natural ingredients, and then they talk about the bottling condition process. It might be a bit fizzy, it might be hazy, blah blah blah. You know, that every brewery has to put that on their bottles these days. And they're from Nant y Adder in Bridgend in South Wales. It was bottle number 39 of only 120. That gives you that gives you an example of how kind of like a one-man band operation it is. Work it out. I tell you what, some of you are really good home brewers and brewers out there. Work out the size of the brewery then. If they can brew 120 bottles of this in a 750ml bottle, what's the capacity of their brewery? Go, comment. Because I can't. Off the Leash Belgian Dark Ale, 8.5% ABV. It's tremendous, absolutely tremendous. So 9 out of 10. Stone the Crows, 9 out of 10. Please put your comments in the comments box, subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews, give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers.